To change your life, you don't need to optimize your circadian rhythm or biohack your way to health or even commit to suffering every single day. All you need is one big goal. A goal that's so big that if you do it, you will never be the same again. A goal that's so big that your friends, family, or even you can't deny that you've changed. A goal that's so big that it gets you off the couch every single time your motivation gets low. I think that goal should be to run your first marathon in 2024 because it's big enough to do all of those things, but achievable enough that every single one of you watching can do it in just 6 months. What's up, motivators? My name is Taren. When ordinary people want to accomplish something extraordinary in endurance sports, they choose our totally free Motive training plans. You're ready to change your life in 2024? Let's do it. I think a lot of the people that I mentioned at the start of this video give good advice. Yes, we need a mindset shift and we need to be willing to work hard. We need to optimize what we can and we need to lift weights. But these things alone won't change our lives because they're not noticeable enough every single day. They're not in our face enough that we are a different person than when we started. But if you learn to run and withstand the pounding of the road and go through the hard training months to prepare for a marathon, get into a race, hit the wall at mile 18, then bust through it and will your way to that finish line despite every cell in your body asking you to stop, no one, not even you, can deny that you're a different person. You'll know that you can do anything you want to do in life. Every single endurance athlete will tell you about the last race that they ran because no other sport changes lives like endurance sports. Let's get into how you can change yours in 2024. This will take a 6-month training plan that will work no matter where you're starting from. I'm going to keep the details really simple because all you need is a basic framework and the willingness to get up and 4 times a week go out there and do some work. If you do that, you will get to where you want to be. In month 1, you are going to learn how to run, and then at the end of that month, you will run a 5K. And here's how you're going to do it. On Monday, I want you to commit to 30 minutes of doing a walk-run workout. Start by running however long you can. If that's 10 seconds, fine. If it's 30 seconds, fine. If it's 3 minutes, fine. Then take a walk break of 4 times the amount of time that you are able to run. So if you were able to run 30 seconds, then walk 2 minutes. Every single week, I want you to take away 15 seconds from the walking portion and add 15 seconds to the running portion. And here's a big thing that I want you to do that other Couch to 5K training programs don't teach you. At the start of every run period, I want you to work on your run technique by stopping, jumping up and down in place, doing butt kicks, then leaning forward from the ankles, then trying to hold that run form as long as you can during your run portion. This is going to teach you how to run with good run technique. On Wednesday, I want you to commit to another 30-minute workout, but this is going to be different than any other Couch to 5K training program. You are going to perform 10 to 30-second sprints, all-out sprints, wind sprints across a soccer field or down a track or just going down the length of your block, and take 2 to 4 minutes rest in between. This sprint workout is going to activate all of your running muscles that traditional Learn to Run training programs don't. It'll teach you how to run fast, which is then going to translate into good running later on. On Thursday, I want you to do 30 minutes of weights. We won't fuss about what these weights are. If it's body weight, fine. If it's dumbbell, fine. If it's barbell, fine. If it's going into the gym, fine. If it's working out in your own gym with kettlebells, fine. Whatever it is, I want you to do some weight training. This weight training is really important to making us stable and mobile when we do our running stride. On Saturday, I want you to commit to a 40-minute hard trail hike. It's important to do this on the trails because those trails are a soft surface that will make it less likely that you get injured during the course of this 6-month training plan. And start with 40 minutes, then every single week add 5 minutes and hike as hard as you can, getting that heart rate up high, building that endurance and the ability to stay at a high heart rate working hard for a long period of time. At the end of 4 weeks of doing this, you will have built up your walk-run, you will have been able to sprint and teach your body how to move really fast, and then in the hard trail hike, you're going to build up the endurance to be able to go for a long period of time. And at the end of this 4-week period, you will be able to do a 5K run non-stop. Do that run, time yourself, and see what you're capable of. Moving into months 2 to 4, you will learn to run a half marathon. This is where you're going to learn to run proper running with intervals and speed and building endurance. And all it's going to take is that same Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday workout breakdown. On Monday, I want you to run for 40 minutes. And in this Monday workout, you're going to run for anywhere from 1 to 4 minutes continuously as fast as you can, taking a rest in between those 1 to 4 minute intervals on a 1-to-1 ratio. So choose whatever you want. It can be a 1 minute interval, then take a 1 minute rest. It can be a 4 minute interval, then take a rest. Make this run really challenging and quite fast. On Wednesday, I want you to do another 40-minute workout. This is going to be a tempo-based workout. Tempo running is more like endurance speed, where you learn how to run at a faster pace for a longer period of time. So this workout will be 5 to 10-minute intervals, again on a 1-to-1 ratio. So you're going to run 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you feel like, going at a moderately fast effort. This should feel comfortably fast. And then take a rest interval of easy jogging going the same duration that you did during the running interval. Thursday, again, commit to that 30-minute weight session, doing whatever weights you want. And then Saturday, we will start with a 40-minute continuous trail jog. As opposed to month 1, where that was a trail hike, I want you to do it this time as a continuous, very easy jog. Every single week, build up by about 5 to 10 minutes until you get yourself up over 90 minutes at the end of month 4. At the end of month 4, you will have built up a lot of speed with your Monday and Wednesday interval workouts. You will have built up a lot of strength with your weight workouts. And then on Saturday, you will have built up a pile of endurance. And even though you might not yet be running the distance or duration of a half marathon, challenge yourself at the end of month 4 to go out and run that 13.1 mile distance on roads or even in a half marathon race. And I guarantee if you put in the work, you will be able to complete that half marathon. In months 5 and 6, this is it. This is where you learn how to run a full marathon. But it's not going to take anything different than what you've already been doing. Be willing to show up 4 times a week, ready to work. On Monday, I want you to commit to a 60-minute hard interval running workout, where you're doing intervals of 2 to 6 minutes with a 2-to-1 work to rest ratio. So if you decide to run 4 minutes as fast as you can, well, then you're going to take 2 minutes of easy jogging for a rest. Do this over the course of 60 minutes. On Wednesday, I want you to commit to another 60-minute workout, and in this workout, you will do the tempo run intervals again. This time, they will be a little bit longer, going anywhere your choice from 8 to 20 minutes, and on this time, we will do it as a 4-to-1 work to rest ratio. So if you're doing an 8-minute moderately fast interval, knock it down to just a 2-minute easy jog rest between. Thursday, keep going with your weights, and then Saturday, I want you to start with a 90-minute trail jog going at a very, very easy pace, building up by about 10 minutes every single week until you get up to about 2.5 hours of continuous easy jogging on the trails. Now you might say that isn't all this pretty vague and not specific enough to work? But I can tell you from personal experience that this works. I started out 215 pounds in my late 20s as an investment advisor, not happy with my life because I just didn't feel any sense of control or fulfillment in what I was doing. And I went and created a very vague, somewhat structured training plan, but was ready to do the work 4 times a week. And within a couple of years, I was able to become a top local triathlete. I set record-setting open water marathon swims. I ran a sub 130 half marathon, a 324 full marathon at the end of an Ironman triathlon, became a top 1% triathlete in the world, and changed my career to something that I love. And it all started out with that several-month commitment to try to change my life. Now you can follow this exactly, you can rewatch this video, you can take notes or screenshots, just do the work and you will change your life reaching these goals. If you want to dive more into the nitty-gritty of how to get started running with all of the questions beginner runners ask when they get started, click the video that's on the screen right now for our full, very detailed guide for beginner runners. Later, motivators.